That's better. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday, January 25th, 2023, here in the Locker Room. I'm Alan Locher. Today, we are gathering to celebrate what would have been the 86th anniversary of Guiding Light, which premiered on radio for the first time on this day in 1937. Joining me today to celebrate are my friends and former colleagues, Guiding Light head writer Lorie Hurst, New York Times bestselling author Danielle Paige, and the co-executive producer of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Brett Staneart. To honor the anniversary, we invited you all to join us for a watch party as we look back on one of the most impactful storylines to hit Springfield that aired 30 years ago this month. Guiding Light fans mourn the death, we all mourn the death of Maureen Bauer, and the impact of her death left an indelible mark on every single one of us. Please welcome to the Locker Room, Lorie Hurst, Danielle Paige, and Brett Staneart. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Thanks for joining me. Did you bring your tissues?
Oh. I think I'm crying.
Don't start crying before we. Don't start crying before we start watching.
I see
Before
their
we
faces.
start, when you think back on watching this for the first time in 1993, what comes to mind?
Kids.
I was devastated. I had no idea what was going to happen. I cried like a baby. I was with my mom. It was just, so emotional.
Brett.
That's a good question because I remember watching it in the office. I don't remember watching it in real time.
I too did not watch it in real time because I was working at the front desk. So when it aired, the studio didn't play the live show, the air show in the front lobby. But I saw a lot of it taped, and I'll tell a real quick little thing of when I found out it was going to happen. And I hardly ever have told anyone this. I was at the front desk receptionisting, and Ellen Parker walked out from, behind the glass doors out to get the elevator. And she looked at me and she said, "They're killing me." And I went, "What?" I just had a meeting. They're killing me. I have to call my husband. She got on the elevator and I was just like, in shock, of course. So that's my little Guiding Light story for Maureen.
Wow.
But it was great.
I'm
I
trying
know.
to remember watching it myself.
Front desk.
I don't remember watching, I know I was devastated. I mean, the thought of them killing Maureen Bauer.
Oh, it was hard to watch them actually even put the shows together. It was really, but it was so good. If you're back there watching on the monitors, it was amazing to watch them do it. I think I've watched it started watching it with these guys in the office, especially Danielle, and I watched it on a regular basis. And Brett too. What do you say? It's probably thinking, dear God. And with Nancy Williams, that was just, we watched it.
And why? To witness the writing, performances.
Yeah. To maybe think she wouldn't die this time, I think. No, because it was perfect. I mean, it was horrifying, but everything about it was was brilliant.
It was just so well executed. The writing, the acting. It was, a great story, even though no one liked it, but it was great.
If we were going to lose somebody as impactful as Maureen Bauer, it had to be that good, really, for the it would have been even worse if it wasn't all tightly done.
They did honor, yes, you're right. They did honor the character and they played, and this is something we always get frustrated with, it doesn't always happen. They played all the reactions and the moments and people, and today we don't have time for everybody, but if you go down the rabbit hole of all these episodes, that they play everyone in town being affected by this, and it's important,
And I think from just a storytelling point of view, I as a writer, learning how to be a writer, I feel like it's as good of a death as you could write a good death. This was a good death.
And it doesn't matter, right? Yeah, and
you three who have written, can you tip your hats to those who wrote this?
Oh, some of
Oh,
our
for
favorite
sure.
people were involved in this one, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
my favorite writing team, I think, was, you know, doing this. A lot of great writers at Guiding Light, but they were something.
Can you name who was on the team at the time?
Oh, it was Nancy Curley and Stephen Demarest, and I think Barbara and Jim.
Barbara and Jim wrote the script, the one, yeah, and Nancy Williams was editing. Her voice and her she's all over those episodes, because when you're editing, you know, and she's wonderful. Courtney Simon writing her husband's story, you know, and so many wonderful writers, you know. Patrick Mulcahy.
Yeah.
A really good, I mean,
really, that was the dream team.
Really that was a dream team.
So brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why it had such a huge impact on every single one of us. Not us for just us for every single fan who watched it. I mean, the fact that people still talk about the impact it had on them personally today, you know, 30 years later, it says something about all of it.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Well, we picked and choose quite a few clips to show today. We want to get started. I encourage you, at the bottom of the YouTube page, there is a link. You can go back and watch as much of this as you would like. Since we can't fit it all into today, Jill wanted to make sure you all knew you could go back and watch. Because she had spent the last few days.
It was killing me to put cut. Yeah, it's hard. Would have been a 3-hour show.
So let's get started. Get the tissues ready. Here's Guiding Light.
Ross, it's Ed. Is Blake there? Oh, you know, just getting back to reality after the bowl games. Do you think I could talk to her for a second? Thanks. Hi, Blake. I was wondering if you'd heard from Maureen today. No, it was our pleasure, really. What would the holidays be without... I gotta go.
Just tell me if you want me to go.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm late. It's freezing and snowplows don't seem to get up here, do they? I'm really sorry for dragging you up here. It's just that You here alone? Ed'll be calling you. I mean, if he hasn't already. Tell me. What's going on? Maureen, something wrong at home? That's not my home. That's over. No, say fight. A fight would be good. I can handle fights. As long as people play by the rules. And Ed has had an affair. Are you sure? Yes. There was no long period of suspicion. I didn't know, and then I did. Why would you doubt it? It's not as if it was the first time. See, it's really just curious to me, because when I look at him, I would see a happily married man, of course. A man who withholds things, a man who was wary and stingy of his attentions. But other women see something different, evidently. Did he tell you? I found a letter that she wrote to him. There was nothing unclear or ambiguous about it. Believe me, I searched it carefully. So it didn't seem necessary to do the usual, standing at the door trying to trip him up with tricky questions, the usual melodrama. I don't know if he's in love with her. Who is it? Did you recognize the name? Have you met her? I don't remember.
I have to remember. You have to remember something. I mean, was she on the phone? Did she have her keys? Was she folding clothes? What? Please!
Ed, believe me, whatever it was, she wouldn't have told me. The only thing she wanted me to do was to get out of here.
And Why'd you come back?
Because I am so much to blame for this, more than you, probably.
What, you think this is something we're sort of going through together, or what? I mean...
Ed, I am not some call girl that you met at a convention. I have my own relationship with Maureen, and I came here because there were things I wanted her to hear, things I'd want to hear myself.
At least you saw her, at least you spoke to her. The last adult who did, as far as I can see.
She's been gone since then?
Yes.
Did you speak to Vanessa?
Every person in this town has got a really stupid message for me on their machine. Look, I don't think you should be here. She should come back at any minute. I mean, go home. Write her another letter, all right?
And just let me tell you what I did say to her. Because I told her that it was only one time, and I told her that you said no and that I was the one who wanted to keep pushing it on. Then I came tonight because I also wanted to tell her that nothing ever happened in this house and that it was sheer misery for both of us except for that one time.
Well, you better rehearse that last part because it sure doesn't wash with me.
You really hate me, don't you?
I hate what I did. I hate that I hurt her. I knew how she would feel, that our whole marriage was just one long mutilation, but I did it anyway, and for the life of me, I cannot understand why. And I just don't want you or anybody else going up to her and saying, oh, look, it was just this bad. It wasn't really that bad. You know, we didn't really enjoy ourselves because, even if it's true, I don't care if it's true. It turns my stomach. I am not fishing for what might be left of her good opinion of me. Do you understand that? I just want her to stop bleeding inside. That's all. Stop it, Lillian. We are not entitled to tears.
I was so jealous of her at times, but most of the time, I never even thought about her. I just would see you with this blank beside you that I wanted to fill. I mean, maybe I'm blaming the fact that I had cancer, and I don't want to hide behind it, but there were times when I just wanted to live. I wanted to take everything I could have and not care about tomorrow. Now, maybe that was ignorance. Maybe it was fear, or maybe it was deliberate cruelty. How are you ever going to know that I didn't want it to end up like this?
Of course you didn't want it to end up like this. Of course you did. Of course you did.
Mom!
Hi, hon.
The best way to burn fat and get shredded is not keto, not paleo.
Tina.
And Peter.
Did Ellen win the Emmy for these episodes?
Yes.
Yeah, she's so good.
So good. Kim Zimmer just texted and sends her love to all of you.
Oh, hello, Kim Zimmer.
Lillian, right? It's not hard to see how it could have happened. Wait a minute. She's your friend. I mean, you've had her over to the house for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all the times you felt she shouldn't be alone. Well, I could see that she was alone, and I could see that she was afraid. Afraid? We're all afraid. She's had a lot of things happen to her, and Ed was also feeling very abandoned by me with my job at Spalding. Maureen, please, don't make excuses for them. There are no excuses. No one is excused here. I have to be very careful. I want to feel what I feel. No more and no less. I can't be overwhelmed. I cannot take back anything that I do. I cannot pretend that it is incomprehensible to me that it happened, because it's not. Living in that house, sleeping in that bed with him, it has all become such a habit to me, you know, that the first thing I thought was that somehow it would resume, it would go on, that I would forgive him, that I would listen to him the way that I have for all these years, to that list of his sadnesses, And his hurts, about how wild and crazy he is on the inside, and that it makes him do selfish things instead of being good. And that I would finally agree that heaven disappointed him and drove him to it. Oh, it was nothing personal. So that it really would be unfeeling of me not to pick my guts up off the floor and go on, because he is feeling so much pain. You see, I have to make these excuses because I have to get ready. I have to protect myself because it's going to be different from now on. No. It is different. You've got to talk to Ed. No, I don't have to talk to Ed unless I want something from him. No. I'm not trying to coax you back to hearth and home. I'm just telling you that you can't leave it like this, and you don't need me to tell you that, and you know why. Michelle.
So what's the matter with you? Having trouble sleeping? What?
No, I just made a mistake.
No, you didn't.
Thought someone was downstairs. I thought...
You thought it was Mom. I know, I'm kind of waiting up for her myself. You don't have to go. But Mrs. Raines is here because she's feeling sad about something. I'm just trying to cheer her up.
I'm not 6 years old anymore.
I know you're not.
Michelle, I'm really sorry I woke you up, honey. Ed, I'm parked at the corner. I'll be fine.
All right, I'll be right with you. Look, I just have to walk Mrs. Raines to her car, okay? Okay?
What did you do to Mom to make her leave?
Come on. I mean, what? Why would you think that I...
When's Mom coming home?
Well...
You said you were waiting up for her.
Yeah, it's beginning to look like she might not make it tonight.
You don't know when she's coming back.
Well, I know she doesn't want to stay away from you very long.
You're trying to act like this is normal, but it isn't. Mom doesn't go away and not say where.
You're right, it's not normal.
Why was she crying when she left? If it was something I did, she would have said.
Oh, honey, no, it's nothing you did.
Then what did you do?
I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to tell you that you're seeing things that aren't there when they really are, but this is so hard to explain. It's like, I wish that your mom was here to tell me what to say, because she would know how to answer you. And I don't, except to say, I want her home just as much as you do. Does that help at all? Does it? I'll be right back.
Hi, everyone.
How do you think? I'm just curious. Like, those are intense scenes for Rachel Miner. How old was she at that point? Do you know?
12 or 13,
Seriously.
I think.
And again, would
Little
not have
older
worked. Would not have worked if everybody wasn't on their game.
Yeah. I think,
Yeah,
'cause
she's so good.
she is so good.
What were you going to say, Jill? What were you going to say,
Well
Jill?
taken care of by her, by everyone around her, director, Peter, everyone. So I think that helped, but tough. She's amazing throughout. She's just great.
Danielle, you're muted. You're muted.
Jilly, do you know if the actors added anything, or was it all the writing? Like, was there any
I
ad-libbing?
think
Do you
pretty
know
much
anything?
all the writing. Nancy would know better than me, but I'm fairly certain that they were on.
She'll
It
comment
felt
in a
like
minute.
every beat was just so perfect and so emotional.
Yeah.
Well, and then this beat that's coming.
Hello?
Michelle?
Mom, where are you? Are you okay now?
Except that I miss you with all my heart.
Are you coming home then?
Well, I think maybe I just need a little more time to, well, I don't know, think things through.
Nobody will bother you here.
No, sweetie, I know it's not that. What are you doing up?
Nothing. Is everything okay? I don't know.
Sweetheart, could you put your daddy on the phone for a minute?
He'll be here in a second.
Michelle, are you alone there?
No, he just went out to walk Mrs. Raines to her car. Mom?
I'm here, honey.
I heard somebody and they came downstairs and then she left.
Well, listen, I have to go. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called so late.
No, wait, he's coming up the driveway now.
No, sweetheart, listen, I really have to go right now. I'll call back, but I love you very much.
Mom! She wanted to talk to you, and then she didn't. I told her you were outside with Mrs. Raines, but she had to go.
What did she say? Exactly.
Nothing.
She must have said something, Michelle.
She said she was fine.
Well, where was she? I mean, God, didn't you even ask?
Why should I when I'm not supposed to know anything?
Lillian was at the house. Would you mind, after coming all the way up here, if I ask you to go now? Look, how about coming in and just spending a couple of days at our house? You know, it's big, there's not many, but I really don't want to be with anybody right now. I'll do anything for you. You just have to let me know what it is. I just don't know what that is. I just think that I need to be by myself right now. Okay. Look, I'm going to call you tomorrow, all right? And I want you to call me anytime, any hour that you want to talk. You know, it's funny. Whenever things go haywire, or even when they're good, the first person that I think about talking to is Ed. It's like it doesn't really happen until I tell him about it. I think it's the thing that makes me angriest about this. The thing that I'll miss the most.
I liked the friendship between Vanessa and Maureen. I feel like that developed so late in the game. I wish we'd seen more of that.
I agree.
It was so good. And I'm just curious. I'm trying to remember. Maureen had gone back to work at Spalding at this point, or she was working with Vanessa.
You know, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
And then Nancy, Alex, somebody, yeah. Was she working? I don't remember.
Somebody
Which would, I mean, it all made sense because, you know, she'd been the hospital administrator years before. So I think with an older child, it was, you know, the time for her to maybe go back to work. But I mean, it was just.
I can't remember. Right. No, because she did work at Spalding and at the hospital. I don't remember that. I know somebody will. But are we skipping 5, Brett? I mean, Alan, I'm sorry. Did we skip part 5, right?
Yes, we're skipping 5 and going to 6.
Right. No, I just like looking at my notes.
Good call, because I almost did 5. Right.
There we go. Oops. Oh. You have audio? Can you guys hear it? Oh.
No.
I can hear now. I couldn't hear for a second.
I cannot hear it.
Okay, now it's.
Oh, hold on. No, you're right.
Henry.
Oh, Henry.
Wait, yes, I know, Maureen, but honestly, Ed must have left 5 or 6 messages on my machine. I'm going to have to talk to him. But I don't know what to say. I don't know either.
Oh, Ed. Good morning. I need to talk to you.
I'll be with you in a minute, Ed. Okay, I heard you. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Yes.
All right, look. I have been everywhere. I have talked to everyone. No one has heard from her.
Well, I guess if she told Michelle that she needed to be alone, she meant it.
Well, of course she meant it. Look, the point is she has never been away for this long without telling someone where she was. Now, maybe she's... What if something has happened? What if she's hurt? My God, you're supposed to be her best friend. Why aren't you worried too? You know something, don't you? Oh, for heaven's sake, Vanessa, if you know anything about Maureen, tell me, because I'm going out of my mind not knowing where she is. I just want to tell her that I love her.
You love her?
All right, fine. So you know what happened. All that means to me is that she has talked to you. Now, is she all right?
How could she possibly be all right?
Where is she?
She doesn't want to talk to you.
Vanessa, where is she?
She doesn't want to talk to anyone, Ed, all right? She just wants to be alone. So why don't you just leave her alone and let her have some time and space to sort things out?
There is nothing to sort out. I am not asking for forgiveness.
Why do you want to see her?
Because she thinks that I don't love her. I know that I don't deserve to. I know I don't have a right to, but I must be allowed to tell her. Where is she?
She's at the cabin.
Thank you.
Ed, wait a minute. She really doesn't want to see you.
Darling, what's happened?
Oh, I miss
I
Henry.
think I made a really terrible mistake.
Windows and empty halls.
That
Pale dead moon in the sky streaked with gray. Human kindness is overflowing.
you add that and the tears flow.
Scarecrows dressed in the latest skies, frozen smiles chase love away. Human kindness is overflowing, and I think it's gonna rain today. Tin can at my feet, I'm hugging down the street. It's the way the tree from right before me, the signs of glory, help the needy and show them the way.
Daddy? Vanessa, is anything wrong with Henry? Oh, hi, Maureen. No, I was just expecting a call from him. Are you still at the cabin?
Yes,
Oh, well, Bill called a little while ago, and he's bringing Michelle home from school with him. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna leave here pretty soon. I want to be there when they get back.
Is it okay if I tell Michelle that I've seen you and you're all right?
Yes.
Yes, please. I just can't bear this. I'll call her as soon as I hang up.
Yeah. Maureen, listen. Earlier, when Ed was here,
I don't want to talk about Ed.
I had to go.
This is your chance.
Maureen was Vanessa's executive assistant.
Oh, at that time. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that she had been at, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And fans are loving the watch party. They want more. And they're asking if you can see the comments, which I don't think
No.
you're able to.
No.
You have to figure that out the next time.
I don't know where to start.
Not here. Don't start here.
Maureen,
Don't even try. It's over. No, don't come in here. Don't come near me.
I'm just going to stand right here.
I want you out.
You say whatever you need to say. You do whatever you need to do.
What I need is to hurt you. But that won't make any difference. Nothing will make any difference.
See, I think that if we...
You
if we
think? You think? You really believe I care what you think?
No.
Then go.
We don't talk about this now.
There's nothing to talk about. Absolutely nothing. I meant what I said before. Don't come near me.
Right. But I'm not going to leave until after
All right, then I'll leave.
All right, okay, I'll go. I wanted to say, and I know this sounds empty.
Empty. Doesn't even come near it.
It could still be true.
Oh, this is the truth that we're talking about now.
I've never been sorrier about anything in my life. I feel miserable. I feel physically sick.
This is supposed to make me feel better? I don't give a damn about how you feel. You feel miserable? Fine. You feel sick? Too bad. Because I am not going to kiss you and make it better. I'm not going to put a Band-Aid on it. I'm not going to hold your hand while you cry. Because we've been there before. You know that? We have been there before. That is what makes this so stupid. That this should happen again.
Maureen has a dog.
We can't. I won't. Damn.
Please don't leave me.
Go.
Please don't leave me.
I didn't want to see you. I didn't think I could stand to see you. And now you're here. And part of me wants to act as though everything's just the same. Go back as if nothing happened. I want to ask you questions about things that aren't important. I want to ask about whether the guy came to fix the shutter outside Bridget's window, whether UPS picked up the package for Chelsea. I want my life back. The way it was before I read that letter from Lillian.
I could go back and do better. I mean, I'll do better. I can do better.
How?
Because what I did...
This isn't a question you can answer, Ed. There's no answer to this question. See, I even know that you love me, but it doesn't matter. Because you lied to me again. And I won't live with someone who doesn't tell the truth. If I can't lean on that.
Why can't you lean on that? I mean, that's why I'm here. I know that it sounds shallow, but
Yeah, shallow, that's it. That's what our relationship is. Our relationship is shallow. It's dishonest.
well, it may seem that way now.
You know, I haven't slept very much since I've been here. My dreams keep waking me up, and there's one in particular. I'm up on the roof, and it's raining, and I start to slide, and I can't hold on. There's nothing to hold on to. I just keep sliding and sliding. And it's such a long, long way down.
Then I could catch you.
You're not in the dream.
So you can see.
Wow.
Super annoyed with Ed watching these scenes back. Why couldn't he have left her alone? He's very selfish.
There's so many. Well, yeah, he is. Ed is tragic. He's very selfish. I wish.
Give me shelter. Give me shelter. 1 second, Danielle. There you go.
Oh,
Danielle, there's
I
some
also have
feedback.
to-
That's why I muted you, just so you know, during the clip. What
I
we're
also
gonna-
get thinking about like technology and if we'd had cell phones, like would she have talked
Right.
to him on the phone and then she'd still be alive? Like it was having not watched this in so long. When I rewatched it, it was like those phone calls were so pivotal in like getting them to that place. And
It's true. Yeah.
Rachel's phone call, Vanessa's phone call,
Right.
all of those, all of them
those
on
are
landlines.
And
All-
and Maeve. Oh my God. I mean, the Vanessa.
Yeah. So Give Me Shelter wrote, Ed and Maureen were struggle love before the term entered the zeitgeist. Ed would just wear my girl down with his speeches, which muddled between a TED talk and poetry.
That we can work this out if you need more time. Just right, take it. Just take it. I am begging you not to make this decision now. Don't do it now when you are so angry.
You don't understand. I'm beyond anger.
I know that. Look, I know that this is not what you want to hear, but the thing with Lillian is not what you think it was. It was an aberration.
Like the thing with Holly? Are you going to tell me that that was an aberration too? You're right. I don't want to hear it.
The point I'm trying to make, this is not just about our marriage. It's about our family.
What are you talking about?
Michelle.
Don't you talk to me about Michelle. You can't use her as a selling point to save your hide. I called last night, and while I was talking to her on the phone, you were outside walking Lillian to her car. You had Lillian in my house with my daughter.
No,
you are right. This is not just about us. You have done this to your daughter, too. How is she supposed to feel about this? What is she supposed to believe? Certainly not in words that people say to each other that they call vows, because that doesn't mean anything. Trust? Oh, well, that's okay when it's convenient, but when it's not, the hell with it. Well, I'm sorry. That's not good enough for my daughter, and it's certainly not good enough for me. God, Ed. What were you thinking? How could you have let this happen? You have broken my heart.
Don't leave.
Please. Oh, God, no. What happened?
The car went through the guardrail and down the embankment.
What model car?
Why?
What model car?
Blue sedan, 1990.
Maureen! Maureen? 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 Maureen?
Sir, you can't get through
That's
here.
my wife!
The paramedics are...
I have to be with her! I'm a doctor! I'm a doctor! Everything's gonna be fine now. Take care of you. We have to move her now. Everything's gonna be fine. Take care of you. We gotta move her now. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's draw blood here. All right, it'll save time at the hospital. It's done. Right, run the fluids fast. Wide open, doctor. We're ready to roll. Okay, let's go. I'm going with you. All right, I'm going with you. We've got everything under control. I want to be with her. So you know the rules. We'll take good care of her. Watch yourself. Open up a second line on her. Open up a second line.
Nick, there's been a serious car accident. I've got to get to Cedars right away. Wait a minute. Were there a lot of people involved? No, just one. Maureen Bauer. What?
Maureen.
Maureen?
Gentlemen, please. Where's the triage nurse? Please, tell me. Okay, where? Nurse, are you the triage nurse?
Yes.
Okay, we got an accident.
Give me a rundown.
Arterial bleed on the left hand, head injuries, multiple lacerations.
Get the blood to the lab, Stat. Has Dr. Guthrie been called? She's on her way. Alert the trauma team and please move!
Okay. Wait out here, doctor, okay?
Trauma team to emergency room. Trauma team to emergency room.
I need a chest x-ray, cervical spine, and a flat plate. It's done. The C-spines are cleared. What about a CAT scan for the head? Not yet. All right, let's get them alerted. I want it done stat. As soon as the bleeding is stopped.
A few minutes ago, Eve and I were over at the country club together. How do you do it? How do you change gears?
It's not easy.
It must be impossible when it's somebody that you know.
No, that's why I decided I shouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't do much help in there, you know?
I'm sorry. I know that Maureen is a good friend.
Yeah, she is my closest friend. No, please.
Ed, how is she?
They don't.
What do you mean? The doctors haven't said anything?
Dr. Guthrie's still in there.
Oh. Where was she going?
Away from me. She was getting away from me.
Well, no, listen. Everything's gonna be all right. You know, everything.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Listen, is there anything I can do? No, thanks. Look, I called Blake, and she's gonna take Michelle over to the apartment, all right? Good. And yeah, she'll stay there for as long as we need her.
No, she isn't. But we got the bleeding to stop, so she's stabilized. Oh, is that good? I mean, does that mean that she's gonna be right now? We're cautiously optimistic, but she's not out of the woods yet. So, she suffered a very severe head injury, and the next few hours will be critical.
I better see her now, then.
I don't know if that's. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and see.
Is she gonna make it?
I don't know.
Well, what now?
We just have to wait and pray.
Did you get a hold of Henry?
Yes, he's at the club.
What about little Bill?
He's with Nadine. She was very nice. She said she would keep him.
Good.
I'm gonna go right out of my mind if I can't get up and do something.
Hey, listen. He's gonna be all right. You gotta believe that, all right? You gotta be strong for her.
I don't feel very strong right now. I'm gonna go to the chapel. You can change it.
Yeah, I'll go in. All right, don't worry.
Wow.
Jill, who directed this episode? Do you know? You're muted.
Is Jill, you're muted.
Sorry, Brian, I think. Brian Murder. I'm fairly certain. I think Joanne did some of the location. I think she did the location, the roadside. And, but if I'm wrong.
In the
Linda question or Alex.
in the hospital when he holds on Ed's face for so long, it's so powerful.
It's everything happens slowly and then so quickly. It's like, it's amazing.
I have to tell you, fans are saying this wouldn't have happened if Mark Hulswit was there playing Ed. And somebody said we need to get Dr. Samuel Promoco on the phone. Ed, you need help. So fans are, very, very funny. All right, here we go. Does everyone else? I mean, I feel chills watching every element of this, like the chills through my body.
And the music, I think, adds so much to it too. It's just you're just on edge, and you really. I remember being a kid just wanting her to pull through. It's just
the material holds up so well, even all these years later.
Yep,
it really does. Here we go.
Well, she's not conscious, but Dr. Guthrie said she's stabilized, whatever that means. That's a good sign. Is it? She's critical. She's gonna make it. I mean, she's strong. Think of all she has to live for. Oh, I know. This is the first time I've ever asked to be excused from my post. But when you're close to someone, please let her make it. I think maybe I should go upstairs and see what's happening.
No. Don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that. Stay away from them.
What are you saying?
I'm telling you as Maureen's friend not to try and see her now. Not now.
She told you. You know.
Look, what I know or don't know doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But Maureen is with her husband right now. And I want you just to let them be.
You know, the report that Michelle was working on for school about the family. When she finally finished, it's pretty good. She showed it to me. Spelling's not that great, but she wrote that I crack a lot of corny jokes and that I lecture her too much and that you sometimes show up to pick her up at school in your old sweats. But other than that, we were pretty cool. You've got to give me a second chance. You're not going to leave me alone. If you hate me now, then come back and hate me for the rest of my life. But you are not going to leave me alone. I hurt you terribly, but you can't let that be the end of our world. I can make it up to you. I can learn how not to lie. I can do that. I can learn how to love you the way you deserve to be loved. You can teach me how to do that. We can do anything, but what you can't do is leave me alone. You are not going to leave me alone. You are not going to leave me alone.
Dr. Bauer, we need to be in here now.
Code blue, trauma unit. Code blue, trauma unit.
Well, it still gets me, and what Brett said before about how selfish Ed is. Like, you don't even. I think it's so subtle, but even in that last speech, he has that moment where he says, "Don't leave me alone," and it's there. And I don't
You
think
can
when I was a
teach
kid
me.
that I read that I felt that so much.
Here we go, guys.
Keep it over 100. What about her pupils? Unreactive. All right, so now the dopamine driven the beta line damage. Come on. Blood pressure's 100 systolic. We got a blood gas. I just took one off to the lab. All right, well, just try to keep your body well confused. All the organs. Now.
I'm fine. I'm doing fine.
Listen, the trauma team was very good. You only said that you're very, very good. Sorry.
You need to sign the...
Oh, come on, not now, please. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry, it's just that Mrs. Bauer wanted to be an organ donor.
Yeah, he'll sign it.
Imagine if someone's lucky enough to get Maureen's heart.
Oh boy.
And the story that happened, what, 10 years later?
Yeah, right. Crazy.
What? I'm not sure. What did you mean by that, Brett?
Oh,
The heart.
Oh God, yes.
Who
Yeah.
gets the heart?
oh
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, everyone. And somebody said, consistent price said Maureen dying was awful, but it made the show so real that it's just how life is.
Yeah, no, that's, yes, 100% agree with that. And that's,
We lose people every day.
I didn't realize also that they chose to stay out of the trauma unit rather than show them try to revitalize her. They stayed in the waiting room, which I think was an interesting choice.
yeah.
Well, on the people who were, on the edge of their seat, like the audience in some ways, right?
Because I think it's so hard, realistic medical, it's hard, I think. I think that was, yeah.
It is.
Well, we're not, when you're there for your family, you're not really allowed in something like that in the trauma unit.
Right.
So you're really in the waiting area, like Vanessa and Alan Michael and Ed and Lillian and all of them.
I think it was so effective, and I think just that moment when you hear the Maureen, and Ed turns around and it's just your heart. It still gets me.
Vanessa's line gets me every time.
Hiya.
I was going over pictures here for the newspaper for the obituary. I can't decide.
Well, it's got to be one of her smiling. I mean, can't think of Maureen without thinking of her smiling, right?
No, I wasn't smiling the last time I saw her. Do you think it's too early to call up Blake?
You mean for Michelle? No, it's not too early.
But she spent the night there. I still haven't told her.
I know.
We spend our whole lives trying to protect them when they're small from what's going to make them scared, what's going to hurt them, and this goes so against everything. It's like committing another murder.
And you can tell her. You can do it.
have to tell her. But I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how.
You're the superstar of your team.
Hi, sweetheart.
Where's my dad?
He's upstairs. He's taking a shower. And no one wants to see him.
Maybe you found out when Mom's coming home.
Why don't we get you that juice you were after, right? Poor Michelle, she wanted some orange juice, and I have absolutely nothing in my refrigerator.
She never has anything in her refrigerator.
Oh, sad but true. Oh, dear. That's okay. Not much sugar here. Here you go. Yeah, a little sticky. Sweetie, do you want anything else to eat? Would you like some toast with honey or some cereal?
Maybe I'll wait and have something with my dad.
Okay. You should be right down.
I'll go get my books. I have to give a report in social.
Hi, honey. Give me a hug. Come here, Sue.
I better go get my books.
No. Leave the books.
I can't go to school without them.
No. We're not going to do school today. Come here, sit down for a second.
Ed, we'll be late.
Okay.
Something's wrong, isn't it? Is it about Mommy?
Yes, honey, it is.
I don't want to hear it.
I wish you didn't have to.
Why do people have to get divorced? Don't they care how the kids feel? Don't you even care?
Michelle,
Am I supposed to choose who I'm going to live with you?
it's not a divorce. That's not what this is about.
Then why did Mommy come?
Because she had an accident. Last night, she had an accident in her car. And we got her to the hospital as fast as we could, and everyone was praying that she was going to be all right, but the doctors weren't able to save her life, honey. Now, I know this seems like some awful dream. It seems like an awful dream to me, and that's because no one can ever understand why people die and leave us.
What time?
What time?
What time did she die? Was I asleep?
Oh, I don't know, honey. It was late. It was late.
Why didn't you wake me up so I could go to the hospital?
Because there wasn't time.
I wanted to see her.
You wouldn't have been able to see her. They barely let me in to see her.
That's a lie.
Michelle.
It's your hospital. You're the doctor. You...
Honey, it doesn't matter. That doesn't count when it's a member of your own family.
You should have made them let me see her. You should have made them.
Hi. Are you okay? Hi. Has Bill already left for school?
No, he's upstairs dressing. I was just about to drive him. Dude, you look terrible. You look worse than I do, and I'm driving all night. You got problems with falling again?
No, I wish that's all it were.
Oh, don't tell me there's something wrong with Henry.
No, Daddy's fine. It's Maureen. Dear Aunt Maureen, have you ever written a letter you knew you'd never send? I haven't until today. I don't know why, but I just thought it might help just to write the thing down that I can't say out loud. But you know what? I almost did say it the last time I saw you. I chickened out as usual, but I almost told you about the worst thing I've ever done. I've been keeping a secret. Not just from you, from everyone.
Custom framing is preserving what's important to the customer.
Oh my. Here we go. This is the last.
All right, so what won't spoil, we can put in the pantry. How come people brought all this stuff?
That's what they always do. These and those can go out in the living room.
I'll take them out. Oh, wait. Let me put them on a plate. Okay.
Here.
Oh, I can fit it all into this plate.
No, they should go in this one.
Oh, you're right. That's much nicer. Is you know Chelsea going to be here? She's pretty, isn't she? I think that they're going to Reardon's, the boarding house, but maybe later. How come we couldn't go to the cemetery with everybody else? We're not old enough. Oh, no, that's not it. It's very cold out there. Michelle should have gotten to go. It's her mother.
There's guests coming. We have to get everything ready.
You don't like kids, do you? What? No. Of course I do. Then why don't you make her laugh? I mean, that's what Bridget would do if she was here. Nadine? What happened to you? Wait, you got hit on the head and you woke up tasteful, right?
Honey, maybe you're going to hate me for this. I don't know. But I really, truly believe that it wasn't right to tell you something like this in your condition. But the more I think about it, the worse I think it is to wait.
Uh-huh. Okay, for what?
Honey, you have to call your...
Ooh, I'd love to. Aren't too many phones up here in Appalachia,
We may have to forget about Appalachia.
What? What's wrong? Are you sick?
No. It's about Maureen.
I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, even if he die, shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
Did Roger sign this card? I didn't read it. Maureen.
Jill, I have a question.
Yes.
Which you may know the answer to. Was it a conscious decision not to bring back any of her Reardon family members to the funeral?
We know how this is. There'll be people. I think there's an idea that it's distracting, which I strongly disagree with, and we all do as viewers. But I have a feeling it was a little bit of that. There was
That's what I was thinking.
There's a clip that, and it's interesting. I don't know if someone said it on the comments, but I feel like that's the thing that worked. And there was a scene that we didn't include because it was just Ed and Vanessa talking about all the Reardons and having seen them. There was no, so I thought we don't need to do that. But it was interesting. Part of me thought, I wonder if any of them, if they knew why she died, they wouldn't be at Ed's house. But then there's Michelle. It's a tricky one. I was trying to find rationale. And again, Nancy, Linda, Alex, somebody who was actively with the show might know a little more about that. But we know, because it's happened with all big events, that sometimes the people.
It could have been for that reason. It could have been because people weren't available. Who knows?
Could have been availability. I think like with Michael O'Leary, I think that was the thing with him, because they do mention that too. And he just wasn't available. And and that happens as well. It's not always a good, that's it. So. Oh, I can't. Oh.
You're muted, Alan.
Yeah, you're.
Well, when I was blowing my nose, I decided to mute the audio. But I was saying, if all of you weren't watching me, I would have been sobbing. That would have just all come out at all of that. I mean, there's just so many moments of just heartache that you.
And there's so many others that we could. I encourage you. There's so many things with Lillian and Vanessa, and Ross and Ed, and when Holly finds out, and when Roger finds out, and there are so many brilliant moments. So if anybody wants to go in and look between episode clip 13 and clip 30, there are many things,
And the end credits for the funeral will make you cry for sure.
And you'll see them.
Yeah. I don't know if it's for the funeral though, because Jill.
No, it was the after she died.
After she died.
I know what you're talking. Yeah.
Michael Maloney said it was a nice touch. Who could recognize the under fives from the hospital at the funeral.
Yes, wasn't that great to see the people there? I thought that was. Yeah. Well, come on, just seeing Jordan Clark, and even if it's for a second, and Melissa Hayden, there was beautiful stuff.
Well, that letter alone is written so well that it tears your heart out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's wild. Well, I can tell you, I hope you'll go back and watch some of this, Jill, Danielle, and Brett, just to see the comments, because the fans really enjoyed this. So we will have to talk about what the next one will be, but I think we will do this again.
Glad people liked it. I was worried about taking everybody to the edge of the cliff and pushing them. I was worried about it.
Sometimes we all need a cathartic
kind of
moment.
Danielle, shouldn't somebody be bringing us lunch or something now? Come on.
Well, my friend, until we meet again.
Thank you.
This was
Thanks,
so beautiful.
everybody.
Thank you, Alan, for having us.
You're so welcome. Great to see your face. Happy 86.
Bye, everybody.
Happy 86. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to Jill, Danielle, and Brett for joining. Like we all said, go to the link down below and you can watch all of this in its entirety. Join me on Friday when we celebrate 40 years of Lauren Fenmore with Emmy Award winner Tracy Bregman. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can do so down below. Click the like button. And like I always say, you can download your favorite version of the Locker Room by searching the Locker Room on any streaming platform. Have a great evening, everybody, and I will see you on Friday.
Oh, we never know where life will take us. I know it's just a ride on the wheel. And we never know when death will shake us. And we wonder how it will feel. So goodbye, my friend. I know I'll never see you again, but the time together through all the years will take away these tears. It's okay now. Goodbye, my friend. Life's so fragile and love so pure. We can't hold on, but we try. We watch how quickly it disappears, and we never know why. But I'm okay now. Goodbye, my friend.
I was down to talk to my doctor.